The sound of the bell rings. Footsteps are pounding on the ground as they dash to the line, and voices begin to make themselves present. All of a sudden, nerves begin to set in, and heartbeats are racing. These familiar sounds are the ones of the first day of a new school year. A brand new school year can bring many new experiences. A different group of students, potentially incoming staff, the latest curriculum update, and maybe even a new teaching philosophy. Since education is a field in which is always changing, teachers must respond by altering and improving their teaching strategies. According to Shunk, along with the research of various learning theories, your philosophy is evolving and likely to change over time. It is crucial to deeply reflect on what is important to you as an educator to include in the classroom, then implement those strategies and practices with students. Although there are many things that change in the world of education, one thing that should remain the same is the teacher's intention for their students. How am I going to teach students what they need to know and what the best approach is to get there? Friday, August 16th, 2019. It was the first day of the 2019-2020 school year at Lincoln Trail Elementary School in Mahomet, Illinois. Teachers and students have been getting prepared for the beginning of a new school year. This learning moment is and was a very significant one, as it can influence student mindsets and attitudes for the remainder of the school year. As the 4th grade students enter the classroom, they are instructed to find the desk with their name on it, set their belongings down, and immediately come find a place to sit on the carpet. You may be questioned by some curious students. What? Why are we putting our things away yet? Can I go to my locker? What are we doing? Do I have to? What the 9 and 10-year-olds do not realize is the community that they are beginning to build together in their classroom at that very moment. The importance of establishing a positive and safe learning environment. Throughout the school year, our goals are that we will hold each other accountable, respectfully learn from one another, and grow as a team and as a family unit. Humans are social beings. Why wouldn't we, as educators, include that learning theory within our teaching practices? Shunk states that social cognitive theory was created since an absorption of knowledge occurs when people are in social environments. Naturally, humans learn a great deal from one another in many different aspects of learning. Canadian-American psychologist Albert Bandura explains the framework of social cognitive theory being the manner in which individuals attend to, encode, and model the behaviors they observe contingent on their motivation to attend the behavior. There are many implementations of this theory that are incorporated every day into this classroom, and the first day of school is just one of the many examples. Students are introduced to expectations and procedures using interactive modeling. For example, the teacher will demonstrate the suitable manner in which to safely choose a spot to sit on the carpet. This may include pushing in the chair, walking slowly, keeping their body to themselves, and selecting a place that no one else is sitting while leaving room for more individuals to sit. Directly following the teacher, a student is chosen to demonstrate for the class before all students participate and practice how to come to the carpet appropriately. Modeling can also be useful while using a gradual release of responsibility within the given content students are given. Students work together to complete a task card gallery walk. After students watch the teacher complete a task card, the class responds to another card as a whole group. Then, students work with a group or partner on answering a question. Finally, students complete the rest of the cards individually. This allows students to feel more confident and comfortable with the activity. Additionally, it can build positive relationships among students and increase self-efficacy. Once the classroom community has been set up for success, students work on their hopes and dreams. These goals are set by students and are something that they work towards both independently and as a whole class throughout the school year. these goals are visibly posted in the classroom so that they can be revisited frequently in order to take the necessary steps to reach them. Students set new goals once their previous goal has been achieved. Growth mindset is an important topic in our classroom. Students' hopes and dreams combined with a growth mindset help to motivate students to work hard to be their best and grow throughout the school year in various aspects. Shunk supports this opinion as he believes that goals can supplement learning through their effects on perceived progress, self-efficacy, and self-evaluations. As explained above, there are many positives of a teacher having social cognitive theory within their pedagogy. The modeling aspect of the learning theory really sets students up for success in their learning environment if they're able to watch how to properly complete a specific task. Whether it be lining up to go in the hallway or long division, students gain insight to the skill prior to demonstrating on their own. Additionally, when students develop self-efficacy, they believe in themselves that they are able to obtain their task at hand. With that having said, no theory is perfect. To every theory, there are weaknesses that are involved. One area of improvement with social cognitive theory would be the potential that modeling is not effective. Shunk reminds educators that just because students observe a model does not automatically mean that every student will learn the behavior. There could certainly be gaps in students who are retaining the information from modeling with students who it is not reaching. Another aspect of social cognitive theory would be considered as a weakness would be if the teacher does not know how to accurately implement the strategies associated with the learning theory. For example, if the teacher themselves does not believe in or have self-efficacy, how will they encourage that in student mindsets? Wenger even goes into depth regarding the emphasis on the relationships that are associated with modeling and imitation. He stresses how much of learning can be attributed to observation. If students learn from observing a leader, then it is essential that that leader exhibits the practices of the learning theory in an accurate manner. Although I feel strongly about implementing social cognitive theory, there are other useful learning theories available. One that quickly comes to mind is constructivism. I think that learning would have occurred differently if I would have referenced this approach instead, simply by the central focus of the lesson. For example, I think that the focus of the lessons would be more on the students' thought processes as opposed to their abilities to complete a certain task. I view a few features of constructivism in particular to be strengths in a learning theory. First, I think that the collaboration aspect of constructivism is helpful for students to receive multiple viewpoints. This social learning leaves room for some great discussions and student growth. Students are encouraged to be active learners and take responsibility for receiving and retaining new information. Another aspect of constructivism that I think is useful would be the higher order thinking skills that students gain. Students are problem solvers and are able to problem solve real-life situations. According to Shunk, with constructivism, there is less emphasis on superficial learning and more emphasis on deeper understanding. This makes me think of Bloom's taxonomy. I think that this level of thinking is important for students to experience and analyze. In my opinion, students are not a one-size-fits-all model. For some students, this learning theory could work extremely well. For other students, they may need more concrete delivery in their learning environment. One example that I can think of are students who do not speak English as their first language. An English language learner may be working to translate and interpret the words in their brain in addition to the critical thinking. This could be a weakness for using constructivism. Lastly, another feature of the constructivist theory that I feel can be viewed as a weakness would be that students use self-reflection and their own personal understanding to come to a conclusion about a certain topic. If students do not share ideas through collaboration, I think that the deep thinking skills would not be as beneficial. This could lead to confusion or misconception of a topic or a skill. Overall, I think that there are many learning theories in the world of education that can be useful and helpful to students learning in the classroom. You will thank yourself as an educator, and your students will thank you too.
Thank you.